Ajurrumiyyah, lesson number 20. We are continuing with the mansubat. Babul maf'uli ma'ahu. This is the bab, haza bab. This is the bab of al-maf'ul ma'ahu, the one with which the action is done. وهو الاسم المنصوب. It is the accusative noun, the noun in the accusative case. الذي يذكر, which is mentioned لبيان, to clarify, من فُعِلَ معه الفعل, the one with whom the action is done. نحو قولك, هذا نحو, this is like your statement. جاء الأمير والجيش, the commander came with the army. واستوى الماء والخشبة, the water was at the same level with the piece of wood. So here students sometimes, beginning students sometimes have some difficulty grasping this, but it's there is really nothing difficult about it. The only thing that you need to think of is, in your mind, take away the waw and put ma'a, and that's exactly what it means. The difference being, ma is a what? Maf'ul fihi, and so the noun after it would be majrur with idafa, whereas the ism that follows the waw al-ma'iyya, as it is called, the waw of togetherness, is going to be mansub. So when we say ja al-amiru wal-jaysha, this means exactly the same thing as ja al-amiru ma'al-jayshi. Right? And then once you realize that, then there's really nothing difficult about this. So when we say the commander came wal-jayshi, what does that mean? The commander came with the army. Now, of all the mansubat that he mentions, this is perhaps the one that is used the least frequently, but it is sometimes used, and so therefore we should still know it. There is one possible example of this in the Quran al-Karim, and that is in Surah Saba, the Surah of Sheba. استعيذ بالله ولقد آتينا داود منا فضلا يا جبال أوبي معه والطير وألنا له الحديد. So ولقد آتينا داود, لام القسم, قد للتحقيق. Lam is for taking an oath, qad is for saying really. We by walakad, we have by Allah, we have truly given Dawood, ala Rasulna alayhi salam, may peace be upon our messenger and upon him, minna fadla, from us a bounty, a generosity. Fadl means anything that is given extra, that one does not have to give, but one gives out of his grace or generosity. Ya jibalu awwabi ma'ahu wat-tayr. So here, this sentence of Ya jibalu awwabi ma'ahu wat-tayr, Ya jibalu awwabi ma'ahu could be either badal from atayna. So how would that be? لَقَدْ آتَيْنَا, we gave Dawood. What did we give? So badal from آتَيْنَا. وَلَقَدْ قُلْنَا يَا جِبَالُ أَوِّبِ مَعَهُ. Okay? So أَوِّبِ مَعَهُ means what? Repeat with him. So the Dawood ala Rasulullah alayhi salam would make the tasbih of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He would declare that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is distant from all shortcomings and flaws, that he is flawless and perfect in every way. And when he did the tasbih as a miracle for him, the mountains would do the tasbih with him. So Ya jibalu awwibi ma'ahu, O mountains, awwibi, raji'i, repeat the tasbih with Dawood ala Rasulullah alayhi salam. So here it is possible that Ya jibalu awwibi ma'ahu is badal from atayna with assuming قلنا وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا, what is badal from that, what is apposition from it. وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا وَلَقَدْ قُلْنَا يَا جِبَالُ. So what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to him is what he told the mountains, what he commanded the mountains to do. So it could be badal from Ya Jibali Ewu Bimahu, could be badal from Atayna with the takdir of Kulna, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا وَلَقَدْ قُلْنَا يَا جِبَالِ أَوِّ بِمَاهُ, or Ya Jibalu could be badal from Fadlan, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا دَاوُدَ مِنَّا فَضْلًا. What is that fadl? قَوْلَنَا Ya Jibali Ewu Bimahu. That fadl is are saying, O mountains, repeat the tasbih with him. So that's the sentence of Ya Jibali Awwi Bimahu. So there, when we say Ya Jibali Awwi Bimahu, one way of understanding what tayra that is mansub in the accusative case is to think that that is wawul ma'iyya and that tayr is maf'ul ma'ahu. So in that case, the meaning would be Ya Jibali Awwi Bimahu ma'at tayri. What tayra? Meaning, O mountains, repeat the tasbih with Dawood ala Rasulna alayhi salam together with the birds. That's one possible irab of it. Although Abu Suud rahimahullah, the Shaykh al-Islam of the Ottoman Empire, who wrote the famous tafsir Abi Suud, he prefers another irab, which is that what tayra there is in conjunction, that the waw is not al-ma'iyya, but it's waw al-atifa that is in conjunction with fadlan. Yani in that case it would be لَقَدْ آتَيْنَا دَاوُدَ مِنَّا فَضْلًا وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا دَاوُدَ مِنَّا at-tayr, meaning the subjugation of tayr, that the birds were in his service. So that birds were given his service is in conjunction with the fadl that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him from making the mountains do repeat his tasbih. So he prefers that irab of saying that tayr is ma'tuf upon fadlan, and that's why it is in the accusative case, not because it is maf'ul ma'hu, but because it is ma'tuf, it is in conjunction with another word that is an accusative. And then fadlan obviously is accusative because the maf'ul bihi aw atayna. So that's what he prefers, but he also acknowledges that it is possible that what tayra here is an example of maf'ul ma'hu. Ibn Ajurrum continues, وَأَمَّا خَبَرُ كَانَ وَأَخَوَاتِهَا. As for the khabar of kana and the khabar of its likes, وَإِسْمُ إِنَّ وَأَخَوَاتِهَا, and the noun of inne and its likes, فَقَدْ تَقَدَّمَ ذِكْرُهُمَا فِي الْمَرْفُوعَاتِ. Their mentioning, the mentioning of these two, meaning the khabar of kana and its like, and the ism of inna and its likes, has preceded in the section on the marfuat, fil marfuati. So there he already gave their ahkam, that he said, for example, that kana and its likes is gonna do tarful isma wa tansibul khabar, that they make the noun in the nominative case and the khabar in the accusative case. So he's not going to repeat that here, because again this text was written to be memorized, and so the mutun, which are texts written to be memorized, were written as concisely as possible, so that they could pack as much information in as few words as possible, so that it would be easier to memorize and be more beneficial. So he is not going to repeat that here. وَكَذَلِكَ الْتَوَابِعُ. Likewise, the followers, those words that were not directly governed, but indirectly governed by following another word that was governed, such as conjunction and adjective and the rest. فَقَدْ تَقَدَّمَتْ هُنَاكَ. Those were also, those have preceded in the section, in the marfuat. بَابُ الْمَخْفُوضَاتِ. This is the section, has the babu al-makhfudat, the nouns that are in the genitive case, min al-isma, from the nouns. So again he uses khaft instead of jar. Jar is today more frequently used. So this is the bab of the majrurat, those nouns that are in the genitive case. Al-makhfudatu thalathat anwa. The nouns in the genitive case are of three types. Makhfutun bil harf, those which are made genitive due to a particle by sebebiyye, bisebebil harf, ve makfudun bil idafe, and something that's in the genitive case due to a idafe, which is a genitive construct, such as kitabu zayd, right? So there kitab will be mudaf, zayd will be mudaf ilayhi, and zaydin will be majrur because of the amil kitab, which is the mudaf. وَتَابِيٌ لِلْمَخْفُودِ, and those words which follow the genitive case, which are indirectly governed and take their government by following another word that has the genitive case. فَأَمَّا الْمَخْفُودُ بِالْحَرْفِ, as for those which are made in the genitive case, rendered in the genitive case, بِالْحَرْفِ, due to a particle, فَهُوَ مَا يُقْفَدُ, it is what is made in the genitive case. And then he lists the genitive particles. Bimin, min, as you know, means from. So the primary meaning of min is beginning somewhere. All of these genitive particles have primary meanings and secondary meanings. But the primary meaning of min is from, beginning somewhere. Wa ila is ending somewhere. To. Wa an means away from, off of. That's the primary meaning. Wa ala means above. Wa fi means in. Wa rubbe means how few. Originally it meant how few, but through usage it came to mean how many. Wal ba, and ba, the primary meaning of ba is ilsak, which means sticking to something, doing something with something that you physically hold. So that's the primary meaning of ba, is holding on to something. Wal kaf, so we translate as with usually. Wal kaf is like, for tashbih, for similarity, making something similar to something. Wal lam is used for either takhsis, meaning making something specific to something, which we usually say to translate by saying have. So if you say li zaydin kitabun, we say what? Zayd has a book. Literally it means a book belongs to Zayd. A book is specific to Zayd. So Zayd is actually the mubtada, and kitab is actually mubtada, and Zayd is actually zarf mustaqar as the khabar, meaning a book is belonging to Zayd. Li Zaydin kitabun. Kitabun hasilun li Zayd, right? Thabitun li Zayd. So, or yahsul li Zayd, yathbutu li Zayd. So li Zayd, there is a zarf mustaqar. Again, beginning students often make this, very outlandish translation, such as for Zayd a book. For Zayd is a book, but you shouldn't do that. You should either have the natural translation, which would mean what? Zayd has a book, or if you want to be very literal, a book belongs to Zayd. So that's the meaning of taksis. Meaning taksis, what does taksis mean? If something is maksus to someone, that means it belongs to them and belongs to them only. So if you say li Zaydin kitabun, the book belongs to Zayd. وبحروف القسم, and with the particles of oath, وهي الواو والباء والتاء, and they are, again here is used to refer to the inanimate plural, which is the huruf, the particles. Al-waw, waw can be used with lafzatul jalal, with the word Allah, or with other words, but shar'an we use it with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if it's used with other words, we do taqdir of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala there, or the creator. So when you say wad-duha, we assume وَخَالِقُ الدُّحَى, the creator of duha, that time after the sun rises until slightly before noon. Wal-ba, ba is another particle of taking an oath, and it is used with both nouns and pronouns. You can say billahi or wabihi, whereas waw is only used with nouns, not with pronouns, as a particle of oath. And with ta'u, and ta is only used with lafzatul jalala, with the word Allah. Wa bi wawi rubba, and the waw of rubba. The waw of rubba is a waw that means rubba, and it is very infrequent. You might encounter it in Arabic poetry. Wa bi mudh wa mundhu, both mudh and munzu mean since, as huruf jar, as genitive particles. وَأَمَّا مَا يُخْفَةُ بِالْإِضَافَةِ, as for what is made genitive with an idafa, with a genitive construct, نحو قولك غلام زيد, like your statement, غلام زيد. Gulam is mudaf, Zayd is mudaf ilayhi, Zayd is majrur by the grammatical governor, which is the mudaf. وَهُوَ عَلَى قِسْمَيْنِ, and it is of two types. مَا يُقَدَّرُ بِاللَّامِ, those which are assumed with a lam. وَمَا يُقَدَّرُ بِمِنْ, those which are assumed with the genitive particle min. فَالَّذِي يُقَدَّرُ بِاللَّامِ, the one which is assumed with the lam. نَحْوُ is like, so nahwu is the khabar here, the predicate in the sentence. Gulamu Zaydin, Gulamu Zaydin. What does he mean here? So what does Gulamu Zaydin mean? It means al Gulamu li Zaydin, right? Al Gulamu li Zaydin, the slave or the boy that belongs to Zayd. So Gulamu Zaydin means al Gulamu li Zayd. Gulam is marife. Notice I said al gulamu li Zayd, not gulamun li Zayd, because gulam becomes marife through the idafe. Why is that? Because when Zayd itself is marife, and when you attribute something to something that is known, that thing itself becomes known. So when you say qalamu Zayd, then you know Zayd, and so then you know which pen. It is the pen that belongs to Zayd. So through your knowledge of Zayd, the qalam, the pen, also becomes marife, becomes known, becomes definite. So likewise, when you say gulamu Zayd, the slave of Zayd, then it's going to be what? Zayd is, gulam becomes marife through its attribution, through its idafe, through its addition, joining to Zayd. and so the mudaf to a marife will always be marife. The mudaf to a nekira will not be marife, rather it will be mukhassas, meaning when you say, as we will see in the examples below, when mudaf um, is is mudaf to an indefinite noun. If you say, for example, ulamu rajulin, there you say the slave of a man, so there you don't know which man, so you don't know which slave, so it doesn't become known, it doesn't become definite, but still it becomes mukhassas, meaning it becomes specific, because you know that the slave belongs to a man rather than, let's say, a woman or someone else. So there the mudaf to a marifa will become marifa, definite. Mudaf, a word that is in genitive construct with a nekira, will not become marifa, but will become mukhassas. وَالَّذِي يُقَدَّرُ بِمِنْ, and that which is assumed with a min. Nahwu is like thawb khazin, a cloth of damask, or a cloth of silk. So that is there we assume thawb khazin means what? It would mean what? Thawb khazin would mean what? Thawbun min khaz, that a cloth made out of silk or damask. Likewise, babu sajin, bab, door, made door of teak wood, door made min sajin, made out of teak wood. Teak wood is a type of wood from a tree that grows in India that is very durable, and because it was very durable and it wouldn't rot in water for a very long time, this was used in architecture and making furniture. So that's babu saj, a door, babun min saj, a door made out of teak wood, wa khatemu hadidin, and a ring. Khatem is used as a seal because they would have the seal on a ring, and that's how they would seal letters. But it's also used just as a ring. That is not that might not necessarily have a seal with it. Khatemu hadidin means what? A seal min hadidin, made out of iron. So he says that the idafe can either have the meaning of lam, which indicates belonging to, being specific to, or min, which indicates being made out of something. And that is the end of Ajurrumiyyah. So we should also make the addition of the other categorization of idafe that we mentioned in one of the earlier lessons, which was what? That idafe could be either ma'nawiyya or lafdiyya, either could be ma'nawiyya or lafdiyya. Ma'nawiyya is all of the examples he gives is the examples of idafe ma'nawiyya, which we translate into English as of most frequently. The other type of idafe is idafe lafdiyya. Idafe lafdiyya does not have the meaning of lam or min. It is just used to make the utterance lighter. When you say, for example, huwa kathirul khair, he is someone who's great of good, meaning he is someone who has abundance of good. So there, when you say huwa kathirul khair, that kathirul khair is just there for takfif, so that means huwa kathirun khayruhu, is good, the good he brings is abundant. But there, if you say kathirun khayruhu, you have two things that are heavy. You have the tanween of kathirun, and then you have khayruhu, the damir at the end of khayruhu. So just to make that lighter, Arabs say kathirul khayr. Okay, that idafe is simply gives takfif, makes the expression lighter and shorter. It doesn't have the benefit of either ta'rif or taksis that we mentioned, and it doesn't have the meaning of either min or lam. It just means huwa kathirun khayruhu, huwa kathirul khayr means what? Kathirun khayruhu. The usage of al-idafa al-lafziyya is quite common in the Quran al-Karim in expressions such as Wallahu Sari'ul Hisab. What does that mean? Wallahu Sari'un Hisabuhu. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his hisab, his calling to account is very, very rapid, is rapid and fast. So the expression which the idea, the meaning that could otherwise be expressed as Wallahu Sari'un Hisabuhu is said in a lighter, faster way by saying Wallahu Sari'ul Hisab, or وَعْلَمُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ شَدِيدُ الْإِقَابِ. Have certain knowledge, know with certainty that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shadidul iqab, shadidun iqabuhu, that his punishment is severe. So there, instead of saying shadidun iqabuhu, which would again have the heaviness of the nunation and then the usage of the pronoun, becomes lighter when we say shadidul iqab. And again, in both cases, we see that an amil is mudaf to its ma'mul, which is the definition of idafa lafziyah, right? That the amil, the grammatical governor, is mudaf to the ma'mul, to the word it governs. So when you say shadidun iqabuhu, what that is expressed, the same meaning is expressed as shadidul iqab. Seri'un hisabuhu is expressed as seri'ul hisab. And the other interesting detail about idafa lafziyah is that if you have a mudaf to a ma'rifah, a noun that is in a genitive construct to a definite noun, it will itself be definite, and the noun that it is attributed to the mudaf ilayh will be in the genitive case. So therefore, something that is mudaf in a genitive construct with a definite noun cannot be what? Cannot be have a lam tarif before it, because it would be tahsil al-hasil, it would be redundant, because it already becomes ma'rifah through being in a genitive construct with a ma'rifah. So if you add another lam definite article to it, it would be redundant because it's already definite through the idafa. So in a idafa that is ma'nawiyah, which is the idafa that we see most of the time and that we translate as of, the mudaf will not have a lam tarif. Now, in idafa lafziyah, you can actually have the mudaf with a lam tarif. So you can say Allah al-wajibul wujud, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what? Al-wajibul wujud. He is the one whose existence is necessary, meaning he is the one whose existence is eternal and has no cause, because what is eternal does not need a cause. So huwa and does not have a cause. So when we say huwa, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, al-wajibul wujud, there al-wajibul wujud is what? Idafa lafziyah. So there the mudaf can actually have a lam tarif before it, because it doesn't become ma'rifah through the idafa, because the idafa lafziyah does not have give the benefit of tarif or takhsis. It just makes the utterance expression lighter. So when you say Allahu Ta'ala al-wajibul wujud, that's just lighter than saying Allahu Ta'ala huwa al-wajib wujuduhu, right? So by making the idafa, you get rid of the pronoun, and therefore it makes the expression lighter. So unlike idafa ma'nawiyya, in idafa lafziyya, the mudaf could have a lam tarif. So this is the end of this Mubarak text, this blessed text that has helped so many students and teachers of Arabic, and those who teach it should recite Surah Al-Ikhlas 3 times and give it as a gift to the spirit of Sheikh Ibn Ajurrumiyyah, rahimahullah. And if there are any other texts that you would like me to cover, let me know either by email, which is in the description box, or as a comment. And again, it's always best to study with the ulama in person, because that is the sunnah. That's the precedent of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. However, for those of you who either do not have access to ulama or are professionals and do not have time where they can study with the ulama, I made this series of lessons. So if there's for those students, seekers of knowledge, who are in one of those categories, if there's another work that you want to be covered, let me know. Subhaneke Allah'ım bihamdik. Neşhedü en la ilahe illa ent. Nestağfiruke ve netûbü ileyk. Subhan rabbike rabbil izzeti amma yasifun. Selamun alel murselin. Velhamdülillahi rabbil alemin.